This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is The Darkness Beneath the Hill. It was written by Christopher Smith Adair, and it's one of the scenarios in Doors to Darkness, which is available from Chaosium. Keith Craig is our keeper of arcane lore, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by Julian Arba as his character, Frank Tuckweiler. So, without any further delays, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Julian?
Thank you, Tom. Dear Diary, I have just had a very distressing day. I was invited to a most dreadful man's house, Josh Wincott's, and he invited us to look at some kind of cave that he had found under his house. We investigated this cave and found it quite interesting, actually. It was potentially bricked up at one point in time. All of us as a group went down into this cave and we explored so far. And the first thing that we came across was something quite interesting. We found some groups of skeletons, and we believed these skeletons were to be slaves. Which got me to thinking that perhaps this was some kind of slave trade tunnel at one time in the city's past. After a while, we decided to continue on and came across another strange object. We found a large metal door that was quite impossible for it to be there. We don't know exactly how it came to be far underground. Eventually, we made our way to the end of this tunnel, which was collapsed, and so we couldn't go any further. After exiting the cavern tunnel, we spent some time investigating the area, trying to understand a little bit more about this tunnel and how it came to be. We did learn that Josh's family was involved in the slave trade, so perhaps the basement of his house was once opened up to this tunnel for the movement of slaves. But this is just conjecture at this time. I'm not quite sure. We did learn that in 1811, Elijah Wincott did move from the house to the countryside and then died a few years later, which was quite mysterious. We did implore Josh not to explore and go treasure hunting, as that's what he seems to be mostly interested in, while we were gone. But unfortunately, when we returned the next day, we found him missing. As we attempted to find him, we were unable to do so, but we did find his little cigarette holder thingy that he is very much, he loves it. It's very strange. But anyway, we did explore a new area that we did not explore the day before, which was a chamber which had a colonial soldier, we think, and a flintlock pistol. Those particular items, I'm hopeful that we can procure those for the Historic Society and put them on display. I think that would be quite interesting. After we found Josh's cigarette holder, the metal door or plate or whatever it was mysteriously gone. So not only do we have a mystery of how it got there in the first place, but how did it become missing? Quite interesting. As we entered into this new space, we came across this giant carving doorway, something, some mural that had been carved into the wall. Looked like dinosaurs with some kind of Sanskrit sort of characters written on it. It's very interesting. Um, Not like cave paintings, as you might expect, but more of a carving and quite intricate. Um, and I couldn't really what to think of what make of it. But as I was standing there and amongst the other group, Norton and I noticed that something had cut our shoelaces. Um, and it was a hand that had reached out under the wall, a little thin hand with a very sharp fingernail. Um, I, being quite curious, got down on the ground and looked into to see a small biped creature, and it was cowering. Um, and at that point, we as a group decided that the situation had become too strange and that we needed to get out and regroup, uh, get some weapons or something, and come back a little bit more prepared than we were the first time around.
All right, excellent. So you guys have exited the cave and Josh's house and went back to your domiciles to procure better supplies.
Indeed.
How long will you take? Or are you going to wait till the next day?
Now 1 hour.
1 hour.
I
All
should
right.
come back.
Yeah, considering Reg is just a hop, skip, and a jump down the street, he'll be probably the first back to the house, waiting for everybody, just kind of sitting out on the porch with dressed in surplus military khakis and uh, wearing an overcoat with a Lee Enfield rifle slung across his back and
Mhm.
a suspiciously large bulge in one of the pockets of his jacket. Uh, he's got a few items gathered around him, a couple of lantern helmets, the one he had used on the previous day, and a spare one for anyone else who might need it. Another just hand lantern for carrying around, as well as miscellaneous mining kit like his pick and his lunch snacks and other things. And he's just sitting back, flicking a lighter open and closed,
Okay.
impatiently waiting for everyone to arrive.
Okay. Sounds good. Since you got there first, we'll say you're probably 15 minutes prior to anyone else showing up. About that time, you hear like a end table falling over inside Josh's house.
Shite. Um, it's still fairly early, right? Like it's still
Yeah,
daylight out.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. In that case, pick up the rifle, just have it at hand, kind of try to peek through the windows and see if I can find anything moving around.
Okay. Yep. When you look inside, you see one of those bipedal small creatures kind of going through some of the stuff that fell off on the end table that he knocked over. He finds like a mirror and kind of looks at it for a bit, then throws it onto the ground. Then he becomes quite fascinated with like the tassels that were on the lampshade.
Hey, you wee bastard! And just hammer on the window. Get back down your hole!
As soon as you like hit the window and make a noise, it kind of looks up and then it darts back down toward the steps, which is to the basement. Shortly after that, the others start arriving back at the house.
Reg or Norton has spent his hour picking up his service revolver at his house. He has an
Mhm.
old World War One gas mask that he's going to take. He's not completely convinced that they're not hallucinating from some kind of gas yet down there. So he's going to take the gas mask. He's also going to, based on something Reg said earlier, he's going to swing by the Arkham pet store and purchase a canary in a cage.
The Providence pet store.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Providence pet store.
Sounds good. Sounds
Arkham
good.
would,
Yeah.
I'd probably be a couple hours.
Pay a long drive. Yeah.
I'm going to bring my Fulmer and Schwing camera just so that I can take pictures. It's a fairly big camera, but I've got it around my neck. And I've got my knife and I've got my hammer and pick, my pick, and I've got a revolver.
Okay.
Which I borrowed from my grandfather, we'll say. His service revolver.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. And Frank, when he returns, he comes dressed, looking like he's ready for a safari. And he's got, he doesn't own a proper weapon, but he brings along the thickest, heaviest cane that he owns, along with him.
All right. All right. So you guys have assembled and geared up and you're right back outside the house there again. As you're approaching, you see Reg. He's was looking in the window and when you were coming down the street.
Hey there,
Reg.
lads. Frankie boy, nice outfit you've got on. Norton, good piece. Hopefully we don't need it, but they're in the house.
What?
What's in the house?
Wee little bastards.
The river otters they got in the house.
Yeah, chased one off. And that has me thinking, if they're coming out of there, we might need to sweep the house first, make sure there's none around.
I mean, I don't think we ever bothered to go upstairs, did we?
No.
To see obviously if we yelled for him and he didn't yell back, then he must not be in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, I hope he's not dead upstairs and we missed it.
Go take a quick look. That sounds like a
What
good
did it
idea.
look like? What did it look like?
Like a weird little monkey child.
The river otter. There's some kind of gas or something that's causing us to hallucinate and just see things the way they are.
Well, that's why I brought the camera.
Good. That we'll be able to get some proof.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we go inside. I'll wait by the entrance. Try to keep anything down there if anything is trying to get out. You all do a sweep of the house, and then we'll meet up and make our way down. And if we can't find our boy, if we can't find Josh, then we might need to close this up for safety's sake. What do you say, Deputy?
I tend to agree. I do think that unfortunately, if we look to both ends of the tunnel, I feel if Josh is anywhere in there, it's that weird, strange area that we didn't completely explore behind the metal wall.
But you're not talking about stealing him up in that hole.
Well, we're gonna go look for him, I figure, but if we can't find him, then we'll need to do a little bit of careful demolition. I could even set it up in advance if we want.
We need to call the fire brigade or the rescue rangers or something like that. I mean, surely we're not afraid of a bunch of river otters.
Exactly. That's why I say we got to go down there and get him out.
We need to see what it is first before we seal it up and get a better understanding, make sure our heads are clear. And if it does seem to be something untoward, like that wall carving we saw, if there's something that seems, we for the sake of the people of Providence, we probably should have it. Was probably buried for a reason, and we should probably rebury it.
I mean, it might be something extremely important. Caveman paintings or something like that.
It's
I don't know why we're all of a sudden afraid of it.
I mean, for all we know, these could be some other kind of life form that we've never encountered before.
Or an ancient civilization. That's the most likely thing, isn't it? Something that we're not aware of. We should get scientists and archaeologists out here. But
What they're going to do about a swarm of hungry monkeys, though?
Well, I think it all depends on what fate has befallen Josh, and if we find him, even if he's just injured, and we get him out, we might be okay with that. But
all right. Well, I'm going to go in first. You guys follow right behind me. I want to be able to snap some pictures if there's something in there.
Okay, well, make your way towards the entrance of the hole, and I'll be right behind you.
Well, you said you saw him in the house, right?
Yeah, I scared it off, though.
Well, maybe there's more. Maybe we should check upstairs, though.
I think we should. I want to see if Josh had any notes, or if he took anything out of there already, or maybe he left it in his room, or if he has a study upstairs, a library. Let's see what he's got.
Could have found a statue to the otter god, and they want it back.
That could be it.
Oh, make your way in. Take point, Professor. I'll be on your back. We'll make our way back over to the entrance into the under, and I'll keep a watch on it then while the rest of you scout the house. Turn the place top to bottom. Look for any uninvited wee little guests.
So thanks to Reg and my nervousness about it, I'm not walking like into the middle of the rooms. I'm walking in like this, and I'm skirting the walls so that I can take pictures, but be as far away from whatever it might be.
Okay. All right.
And I'm not taking pictures until I see something.
Right. Yeah. We'll say that it takes you, to walk through the house doesn't take long at all. If you're going to spend a little time searching, we'll say it's like 20, 30 minutes, but there's nothing there that you wouldn't expect that a single middle-aged man wouldn't have.
And nothing upstairs.
No.
Is there evidence of this thing fiddling around through the house? And
down in the first floor, there is the kitchen. The cutlery is dumped out. The ice box is open, and it looks like say Josh had like some poultry in there that's been pulled out, and a bite's been taken out of it.
Close the fridge. Does it look like any of the knives are missing?
No.
Oh, okay. Looks like the coast is clear.
Aye, that it is. Okay, well, I'll go down first, shine the lights on after me, and I'll set up the lantern down there to kind of cover the area, and we'll see what we can find, eh? So yeah, Reg clambers down.
Okay. Yep. You have no problem getting back into the tunnel.
Yeah, light up the lantern, set that down, kind of giving a good light of the area. Turn on the light on my helmet.
Okay.
And I assume we all brought flashlights with us as well.
Yeah. From last time, the flashlight.
That makes sense.
I think we're just more armed, and I've got the canary to see if anything. Yeah, to watch. That's about how you miners do it, isn't it, Reg? A canary in a coal mine, sort of thing.
Yeah, depending on what's down there. If it's something that, if the canary's not getting oxygen, you're not getting oxygen.
All right, Reg, give me a spot hidden.
Ooh, that is actually not something I am very good at. Out of 30, that is a 43.
Okay.
No.
Well, he rolled really bad also. So as you're kind of getting the lantern set up, a femur bone comes flying past you that someone threw from down the hallway.
Oh, you cheeky little bastards!
A human femur bone?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Crap.
Does it look like it's recently come out of someone?
No,
No.
it. You can easily make the assumption that it was probably from the skeletons you saw that it came from that direction.
Okay, I actually.
I'll take a photograph of it where it lands.
Okay.
So
All
we're
right.
going to assume that I have a flash. Oh, I
Yeah.
don't. I think the flashes were big clunky things, but we'll assume that the magic of anachronistic photography will.
That's right. Yeah, you got something that could take a picture,
Right.
provide enough light.
Pretty sure they had chemical flashes back then. You just had to replace the bulbs on them.
Yeah, they're usually big things with circles up here and bulbs.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to carry a whole backpack full of bulbs.
Perfect. All right, so you guys are the rest of you come into the tunnel, looking down the direction that the bone came from. You don't see any movement down there.
Is that the same direction as the wall
Yeah.
that the bone came from? Oh
Yep.
boy. I'm gonna pull out my service revolver as I go forward, just to have it at the ready, because obviously we have to go in that direction because that's where Josh is most likely. Because we already checked the other two, the front.
Yeah.
We've seen the front twice, and we saw the back for the first time, and we know
Yes.
we know we haven't completed what's behind the wall. So,
Gentlemen, this could be a great scientific discovery. Let's not be too hasty. Don't shoot your guns or do anything unless we are actually threatened.
no, I agree. You're right, Professor. Yes, I do agree. But if Josh isn't answering us, it could be any reason. If there is something living down here, whatever it is, Josh could be in great danger. So we need to find out what happened to him.
Food is limited. Those creatures might be a bit peckish.
I mean, maybe they're smart like dogs. We could try tossing them little bits of food and seeing what they do.
Grab that chicken out of the kitchen.
Oh, if anything, we can maybe distract them. But
We brought some food with us. So.
Yeah. All right.
A quick question about the architecture down here.
Mhm.
This is down in Josh's basement, right? Is it kind of this isn't directly under his house. This is kind of like on the outside wall of the basement?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What's the condition? I know generally the rock is pretty smooth. What's the condition in the vicinity of his of the break into his basement? I'm just
It looks like if you kind of look at that, where the break is that came up to his basement, looks like it was chipped away a long time ago to open that spot to the back of the house.
Okay. As Reg is fingering the dynamite sticks in his coat pocket, does it look like there's a place here where I might be able to trigger a collapse to stop things from coming into the house?
What's your demolition skill?
Actually, pretty good. 56.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a luck roll then, because you'd be knowledgeable enough to spot. So let's see.
Okay.
This one.
Let's see, luck is 65. 84. I am gonna push that roll.
Okay.
Okay. 61. So yeah, just barely base hit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you had failed, you would have thought you found a good spot, but would not have been ideal. Yeah. Yep. You find a couple little spots where you can put it to collapse it.
Okay.
Now, Reg, if you're thinking about doing what I think you're thinking about doing, you just got to consider that if you bring down this tunnel, you could bring the whole tunnel down all the way out, which might bring down the neighbor's house and the house next to it and the one across the street as well.
This place, it looks pretty solid. I doubt it. But my concern is we go down, we find a few uh miserable little creatures, and there's a lot more down there than we bargained for, and they come after us if we uh or what if they're just babies, juveniles, and we find some bigger ones, and we have to deal with those. I don't want them getting out and doing to my neighbors whatever they might have done to Josh.
Fred,
I already
what
have
if
one on my conscience. I don't want more.
what if we blew the tunnel towards the river when I guess that was down the eastern way. What if we went down there and opened that up so that the river flooded in and just flooded it out? That would take
Well, I'm
care
not
of it.
sure that the river would come uphill. We
Yeah.
went downhill to get there.
Too much change in elevation.
But there could be more tunnel. We don't know how much the collapse is there. It could be just 10 feet through to the rest of the tunnel going further on. We
Well,
just don't
I'm
know.
just thinking this is a backup plan.
Yeah.
I just don't want us to go blowing up the whole neighborhood accidentally.
The professor is right. This could be quite a find. It could change history. I mean,
And since when are humans afraid of animals? We've gone into the darkest parts of Africa and slaughtered every animal that we found that was dangerous.
usually those don't know how to use knives.
Well, tiger doesn't need a knife.
I mean, we don't even really know that these creatures are even dangerous at this point. I mean, they cut our shoelaces off.
I think they're just animals, like raccoons. Raccoons are curious little animals. They'll come up and grab you, and I don't know. Well, we got to find out. Just all I'm saying is don't jump to any conclusions.
No.
This could
no,
be an
no.
archaeological find of tremendous. If you blew up that wall, we would lose it forever.
Oh, well, I mean, we could find our way in from the other directions. We know where
Yeah,
this thing
that's
runs.
true.
Well,
But don't worry. This is just like I said, it's a backup plan. Plan
Okay.
D.
okay.
And so what I'm gonna do is set this up. Gonna have the line trailing from it. If whoever's the last one out, if you need to, light it up. If we don't need to, then I'll pick it up later and we'll bring it on its way.
All right.
I think
Aw.
Josh picked a good crew here. We all come from different backgrounds and fields, and it's good that we're communicating with each other. I mean, when I see things like these things, I'm thinking the rats in the sewers that we need to take care of, and usually there's only one option for that, and there's a lot to consider for this. This is a little different than
I
seeing
can't
the
believe that
sewers
Josh
and
was so
rooms.
stupid as to come down here by himself in the dark.
If I can blow a barracks of krauts over the horizon, I think I can handle this.
Nah. And those Hun packing.
Try speaking German to them. Maybe they'll know what you're talking about.
I think we need to go back and look for Josh and that.
Yeah,
I think
let's
that should be our
head
priority.
towards where the metal wall was.
Okay. All right. So as you make your way down the tunnel, when you come across where the skeletons were, it's obvious that they've been disturbed. We got them moved around. You can, as you continue on, you come to the hole where the metal door is. It's wide open still.
It's
Now
interesting
the
that
wall's actually slid over, right? You
Yeah,
can
it
still
just
see
kind
the-
of slid into the wall there like a sliding door.
like some sort of a big vault door.
it's
Hold on.
interesting that the bones were not disturbed for decades, almost a century, uh, until that door opened. And then we started seeing these things. And it was when the door opened, wasn't it? That
Do,
the,
do you
I mean,
think
now
that
they're into everything.
do you think that they opened the door, or do you think that Josh found a way to open the door and let them
Hard,
out?
hard to tell. I mean, we didn't really see anything there unless he dug further or something. Maybe we can see some evidence of that, but
Or if you
we
found
had
a
no way of
button.
opening it. Like when we were there, it was just a solid piece of metal. It was
Maybe
oh,
he found a
metal.
trigger or a button or a lever or something.
Oh, that metal is bothering me because it we're talking about, yes, they wouldn't have had the capacity to create something like that back then, but back in the colonial times, but the turn of the
Yes.
century. But
It,
I don't think we could even do that today, looking at it and looking what I know about, these things.
It-
I
Well,
think it's
can
even
I
beyond
like
our
look
time.
around the door
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and see if I could find something that may have triggered an opening or like a latch or whatever?
Okay. Um, give me a spot hidden.
No.
Mm.
No, you cannot.
Okay.
I mean, the ancient Egyptians built the pyramids. We don't know how they did that. Maybe this is just a technology that the ancients had and we lost it.
Could I use my uh science engineering, civil engineering skill to see if I could see if there's some way to how they might have they might have got this thing open. If I could see any sort of mechanism or anything, or see how it
Uh,
works.
yeah, yeah, sure. Give me a roll.
Okay. There's a 30, which is that is the 30, which is that is a hard success.
Okay. Kind of looking at it, at the bottom, if you get really kind of down, you can see on the
Mhm.
bottom of the sliding door, there's ball bearings essentially, so it
Oh.
could roll easily. Now, what got the door rolling? You can't figure that out.
Hmm.
So beyond the door, now we're looking into the tunnel going
Yep.
towards the
Mm-hmm.
room.
Yep.
I'm going to slowly go forward with my camera ready. I want to get some pictures of that wall.
Okay. Yep. Um, if you go on in, the wall's still there. It's right at, you can still see if the where Norton's kind of looking at the door, you can still see the light from him and all. It's not that far into the cavern.
Taking numerous shots. And you said that the cavern continues on from here?
Yes, it does. Yep.
Okay,
It
but we
takes
didn't go any farther.
Nope,
Right.
it did not. It takes if you're facing away from the sliding door, the cavern takes a sharp left.
Okay. So I'm waiting for them to catch up. Hopefully they're just
Yeah,
behind me.
I'm gonna head that way after I've seen the door, and maybe we can find out more about how it works further in, or maybe we'll see another door or something, get a little more clues. But yeah, I think we just need to push forward because I think that's the direction that Josh would be, and I hope he's all right.
All right. Um, so the four of you continue on into it. And here it kind of got twists and turns a little bit, not like a confusing thing, but it's definitely not a straight passage like the
Hmm.
original entryway was. And it gets to where you almost have to go single file. It's not like uncomfortably tight, but it's not wide enough that you can stand two side by side as you're going down it. And who's in the lead?
I'll go third. So let the
Okay.
weapons go
Yeah, I'll go either first or second, depending on who else has weapons and wants to go. I've also got this little bird cage I'm carrying, keeping an eye on that canary just to see if anything happens.
Yeah, I guess
Uh,
Reg will take first and like really crank up the carbide lamp on his
Mhm.
helmet really bright
Mm-hmm.
and just yeah, carefully move along.
All right. So as you're walking along, you can see in the like walls and stuff, you see little holes in it that are about the same size as the hole that the hand came out that was taking the that was messing with Frank and Norton's shoes. Um, as you go an hour, those lamps they're probably not too noisy, right?
I mean,
I
no,
think
no.
they
Okay.
sizzle a little
Yeah,
bit.
Yeah,
just a little
yeah,
sizzle. All right.
basically
Yeah.
that. Yeah. If anybody
Yeah.
wants to know technically how they work, they actually it's water that drips onto calcium carbide, which then creates acetylene gas, and that's what
hmm,
burns.
Wow. I did not know that.
And
yeah.
actually, some places, some people use them today because they're convenient for being able to easily recharge them. Like you just need to carry more carbide and
Yeah.
have access to water.
Hmm.
That's interesting. All right. As you are going along, um, you can hear up ahead of you, like not like a short distance, but you know how things will echo around and enclosed areas. You can hear more of like the kind of grunting and that you'd heard so started to associate with these creatures. And
Yeah.
it's starting to sound like with the echoes and all that it's kind of are they all around, or is that just the sound waves bouncing off the walls and getting scattered?
Are they kind of high pitched, like from little
Yeah.
animals?
Yeah.
Okay, they're probably some of those things up ahead. Look, they might think that we're gods because we're so much bigger than they are.
One threw a femur at me. I doubt it.
Yeah.
All right. And Reg, give me spot hidden, but you can have a bonus because you got that cranked up the brightness on your lantern.
Oh, okay. That is a 10, which is enough for a hard success.
Okay. So with that, the tunnel starts going straight, and you can see up ahead. It looks like it continues straight on, but in the floor there's a significant drop, about a 20-foot drop. But
Uh-oh.
you were able to spot it without, stepping into the large hole.
Oh, wow.
If Josh didn't notice that, I'm going to shine my flashlight down there to see if I see a body on the ground down below.
You do see a shoe.
Right.
Is that his shoe there? I
Who
think he
Oi!
fell down.
Josh, you down there?
Oh, when you yell that, you were getting used to hearing all the high pitched things, but this one you hear a little bit of a lower guttural.
Oh my God, what was that?
Mommy and Daddy
Might be
otter.
some big ones.
So it's like a pit we'd have to go down if we went to the bottom of it, isn't it?
Yeah, we need to find a place to attach some rope. If he fell down there, he wouldn't have been able to climb back up.
Yeah. What if we lowered one person down just to check it out? I mean, I would volunteer to go just to see if Josh is down there in this pit. I mean, we see the shoe. I can't tell though if it's attached to a foot or just a loose
Yeah,
shoe.
you can tell it's not attached to a foot.
Oh, just
20,
somebody lost their shoe. Okay.
said about 20 feet. I don't know how we're going to lower you down. We
Do
didn't bring
we
a
bring
big.
some rope?
Oh,
Hey,
I've still got
we
some
gotta
from.
bring some.
Okay.
But my worry is that we can't just tie it off, even if we can get it into these holes here, because the little bastards.
So someone would have to guard the tie and maybe we back it up with the human hands holding it as well as one and just have one person go down at first.
Well, you said you want to check it out. Yeah, a couple of us, we can hold the rope
Yeah.
while you go down.
I can rappel down the side. I would imagine, maybe.
And is it like a straight drop down, or
No.
is it a little bit slap? So you could come running back and grab the rope and pull yourself
And
up.
just pull myself
Right.
into
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
rope and
Yeah.
get
You could easily
the
climb back up with just using your feet, walking your feet on the slope.
But
So-
without a rope, you'd be kind of stuck.
It'd be you could climb it, but you would need a roll actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Like that American Ninja Warrior, we got to climb up the incline.
Just kind of hop, just do triangle kicks off of those
Yeah.
two walls.
Yeah. So Reg is gonna get out the rope, tie a few like climbing knots into it, lower it down, kind of find some good footing in the floor to like really brace himself and lower it down there.
Okay.
And I'll be
All right,
behind
well,
Reg, holding on also to the rope.
I will descend down. Do I need to make a roll?
Nope. Not with a rope.
Okay.
You want
Okay.
my extra helmet before you go down? I've got a
That
spare.
might be a good idea because I don't know how well my flashlight will work down here if it's very dark and thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, Reg will hand over the helmet,
Mhm.
turning down the light on his so he's not blinding Norton as he's handing it over and showing him. So you turn this to turn it up and down, and if it runs out, here's a spare canister and here's a spare thing of water. You're gonna need to scoop the paste out, put the rocks in, put the water in this upper container, and you should be good to go.
Okay.
Then press the igniter. Everything's fine.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And yeah,
Alright.
Reg will start it up for him and put it on top of his head.
And it'll be hot, so don't.
Yeah.
What the
If
hell?
it's too cold down there, just keep your hands near it, nice and toasty.
All right. Well, watch my canary. All
Uh,
right,
all
one
right.
more into the breach.
all right. So you descend down, and when you get down there, you're in another carved out hallway. This one is the walls are perfectly parallel, obviously not natural, and it
Ah.
continues on down. There's probably about another 60 feet before you see a two openings at the end, one on the left, one on the right.
Huh.
It's like it's
But
branching.
yep. And
That-
then from the one on your left, you see one of the little creatures is kind of sitting there, picking its nose.
Mhm.
And then when it sees you, you know how animals that have never really encountered humans, they don't know to be afraid of it, and it kind of looks at you, and then it starts kind of hobbling its way over to you, not in a threatening way, just it's
Mhm.
curious.
I'm gonna yell at it and with a very angry face. Stay back! And like it probably doesn't know what the gun is, but I don't want to waste a bullet yet, so I'm just like, stay back!
Kind of it jumps when you do that and kind of stares at you. Then it drops something and turns and runs off.
Norton, what do you see?
It's one of those damn little monkey things that it dropped something. I want to go see what it dropped. There's like tunnels down here, but they're clearly man-made, I guess. They're clearly worked, but they're going in both directions. The one that branches off. So there's another tunnel network down here for us to explore. And who knows how far Reg got in his shoe is here. Trying to, I mean, it's really, would it be easy to tell if there's any footprints or anything that he might have, or crawled, or even drag marks or anything that might have been Josh when he fell?
Give me a track.
Track. Let's see. Where's my track? It is base 10.
Yeah.
And I got a 16. How much luck do I have? I kind of want to see something here. Is it worth spending luck on it? I'll spend some luck on it.
All right.
I'll make it a regular success. I'll get it down to 10. So I'll spend
Okay.
6 left.
All right, with a regular, kind of it takes you a little bit of time because you're not an experienced tracker, obviously, with the base 10, but you can kind of see that there is someone was here walking about Josh's size, but we'll say with that you can tell that like he probably had a limp, because one leg, and then about halfway down the hallway, the footprints are kind of become quite chaotic, and then you see you don't see Josh's footprints anymore, but you do see a larger footprint that is unshod.
A larger, is it like a human footprint, like a toes, like 5 toes on a foot, or is it more animal-like?
Let me look here real quick. See if more animal-like.
Huh. Something else down here. I think there might be something bigger down here. I know which way Josh went. I don't. He looks like he might have got dragged off by something bigger. I don't know. Maybe a bear is down here. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe bears hibernate down here.
It is a cave system, like it goes out to the river. It might have found its way back to this weird part. But these tunnels are manufactured. They're not natural.
I'm not sure you should go farther because you could start to get lost if they're starting to branch out.
Yeah. If anything, I'll wait. I'm gonna call out for Josh again. Josh! Because now that we're at this level, let's see if he hears anything. Josh!
Okay. When you do that, you hear from the tunnel to your left, you hear movement. It sounds like a couple creatures.
Uh-oh.
And out of the tunnel first comes one of the smaller creatures, then another one, but the other one's stumbling because he was kicked, and this creature here steps out from behind it.
Oh shit.
So,
My
wow.
God, what is that?
yeah, and you can give me a sanity roll for
I think
that.
I'm gonna need one. Let's see my sanity here. No, that is a fail.
Okay, 1d8.
1 out of 4. 1d8. Oh dear Lord. 1d8. Two 6 points. Oh,
6 points. All right, give me
yeah.
an intelligence roll.
Oh, here we go. What's my high intelligence here as an engineer?
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna work.
Oh
out
yeah,
for you.
my intelligence is 70. Let's see if I fail. I want to fail this. 53. Oh no, I passed.
All right. Okay. See, the other three, you hear Norton scream out, and Norton roll a 1d8 for me.
1d8. Oh boy.
Norton, he's in trouble.
Right.
4. I got a 4.
Okay. All right. What's the 4 on your thing there, Tom, for your bout of madness roll?
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm sorry. 4. It's amnesia. Do 1d10
1d10.
and a 1d6.
Oh, I mean, that's what he said. 14.
No, not don't add them together.
Oh, I got yeah, move it. 1d10 was the 1d10 was an 8,
Okay.
and the d6 was a 6.
Was a 6. Okay.
Yep.
So what that means is that for the next 8 rounds,
Oh boy.
you can't remember anything that happened in the last, what did you say, 6 hours?
6 hours.
You don't know how you got there.
You're like, well,
Where am I?
all right. Okay. We'll kind of cut up to the other three that are at the top of that hole. You hear Norton scream and then say, where am I?
Shite.
He's in trouble.
Norton, come to the sound of my voice. And I'll like start clapping out loud. Come this way.
Did I know
Hurry,
these
lad.
guys 6 hours? Oh no, we did the day before. Yeah, so I
Yeah,
didn't know.
we've known each other for a while. Yeah. I think that I'm just going to scramble down the
Okay.
the thing into the other.
Right.
And I'll
And-
pull out my service pistol.
All right. And Frank?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay at the top where the rope is to make sure
Maybe
that nothing.
pull the rope.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, I'm not running down the tunnel. I'm in that area so that when he comes out of the tunnel, if a bear is chasing him, I can shoot the bear.
Okay, that sounds good. All right. So Reg, you're kind of calling out. Pete, you're coming down the rope. And Norton, your dex is faster than the creature. What would you like to do? You don't know why you're here, but you see this awful creature coming at you and someone yelling for you to come to his voice.
I think I'm probably gonna, since I know everyone, I don't know how we got back here. We just left this place and we went home. I don't remember coming back here. So I'm just gonna run towards the voices I know. I'm like, there's something down here. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a bear, but it's big.
Run,
Excellent.
Norton. We got you.
Give me a Constitution roll.
Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
We the people in orange.
How'd you do?
96 out of 50.
All right, so take 1 point off your movement points, and what is your move now?
Where's my move here? My move was 7. It's now a 6.
Oh, you're in trouble. All right.
Oh.
Okay, so yes,
Can I see his carbide light coming this direction?
you can see it swung your way, yeah, but you're kind of. Are you rushing down? Or are you carefully coming down?
I kind of slid down. You said it wasn't a straight drop,
Right,
so
yeah,
I slid
okay.
in the dirt down,
Okay, I got you.
and
I got
I've run to the tunnel.
you. Okay.
And if I see his light and he's running this direction, I'll go in that direction.
All right. So we'll just stick in Dex order here. So Norton, you have 1 action point. You can run toward Pete, or you could do whatever other action you would like to do.
Well, I probably going down the rope, I probably would have had the gun holstered. Would I know that I had my gun on me? I'm trying to think, like, would I think to pull it out again? Or would I have had it in my, I'm trying to think if I would have had it in my hand the minute I got down there and off the rope, which I probably would have done. So I might be holding a gun.
Okay, yeah. I'll buy that.
You specifically menaced the little one, but didn't want to shoot it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he doesn't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I see the gun. So I still see
he does
it.
have a gun.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if I had it in my jacket, I wouldn't have remembered bringing it. But I had it in my hand because, yes, that's right, the creature. But yeah, I want to take a shot at this thing behind me. I think turn around and take a shot at it.
Okay. You can shoot. It is essentially point blank, so you get a bonus die to your shot.
It was a hard success. I got a 16, even with bonus. I got 16 and 16.
Okay.
And my damage is a 2.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Pete, you are up now because everyone pretty much had the exact same decks.
Okay. I think that when
you give me a sanity check first, because you've seen
I
this
was just
thing.
going to say, when he fires the gun,
Mhm.
I probably jump 3 feet,
Yeah.
just from the gun. Sanity roll. I got a 17.
Okay.
So maybe I haven't seen the thing yet. I'm blinded by his light
light and
kind of in
muddy,
this direction.
and all you can hear is the sound of the gun reverberating.
but I still jump. What is it? What is it? As he's running.
Okay.
Is
All
he?
right.
Can I see? Is he getting up to me?
No, he goes, we're essentially in a chase, and he spent his action shooting.
Okay.
All right.
My feet are probably doing this because I'm going to, as he runs by me, I'm going to run with him.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what's coming.
Yeah. Frank, you up at the top holding the rope?
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
You hear the
All
gun.
right. And it's the same speed as Reg, but I always let the characters go first in the tie. What did you want to do anything?
Yeah, Reg says to Frank, you got the rope?
Yes,
You good with it?
I got it.
Okay. Out comes the rifle, a fixed bayonet, and pointed down the hole.
Okay. All right. Okay. This thing yep.
I think I yell, he's running from something.
This thing has a move 10, which well outpaces your move of 6 there, Norton. So it gets to you in almost like 2 strides, and it's both of its claws are coming at you. Would you like to dodge or fight back?
I think I would like to dodge.
Okay.
All right. Oh, yeah. My dodge was 45. What we got? That is an 88. That is not a good dodge.
He didn't get a good swing with his first claw. His second claw is swinging. Would you like to dodge or fight back?
I would love to dodge again.
All right. Since it's your second dodge, you get a penalty die.
Oh, okay. So I got a 64, so I've already failed. And a 22.
Okay.
Or 26, I should say. Or 24, sorry. Failed.
I'm going to ask every GM's favorite question. How many hit points do you have?
My hit points. Oh boy. My hit points are. I have 11 hit points.
Okay. He hit you for 10.
Okay, so I'm down to 1.
Yeah, and give me a Constitution roll because
Constitution roll.
and you're at. So he just like backhands you.
Ooh. It's a 46. That's a success. 46 under 50.
All right, you do not pass out, but like it's a major wounds, and he kind of swung across your face and backhand you. We'll say that like your cheek right here is kind of split all the way through, and so there's blood draining down, but the left cheek didn't split, so it's kind of like
he's also been smashed against the wall.
Yeah, bashed, kind of hit the wall. So, and then we'll go back to the top of the round there. Okay. So Norton, you are up.
Oh, I'm up.
Yeah.
I don't know what I can do in this state with 1 hit point, major wound, and basically dying, I guess. I mean I have my gun still, right? I can fire back at it. He's very close to me, right? We're still close range.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're essentially engaged.
Okay, so I can do I get a bonus die then to shoot at him this time, even though I'm messed up?
Yeah, we'll say you do. Yeah.
Okay. Is an 11, and that is a I've got an 11, which is a that is a hard success.
You want to spend luck to make it an extreme?
I would like to do that. I think I need to do that. So let's make that let's bring that down to 9, 11. So 2 points of luck. I'm definitely gonna do that.
Okay.
And let's roll. So that means I do max damage, right?
Now that means you do max damage and you roll for damage.
Oh, cool. So I do an 8 and 2. So I do 10 points of damage with that shot.
Yeah, it felt that one. It took a couple steps back. It's kind of grabbed its rib. You can tell that you probably broke its rib with that
Right.
shot, and then maybe there's like some blood actually bubbling out because so you pierced its lung. So, all right, Pete.
Okay. So going back a second or so
Mhm.
in time, I could see his light coming, and then I suddenly see his light fly over to the
Yeah,
side and
yeah.
hit the wall. And I can hear noise. I know he's running from something. I'm just going to instinctively yell, Pete, it's got him. And I'm going to run straight towards where he is with my flashlight and my
Hmm.
gun. So now if I see this thing, I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
fire into it.
Okay, you can definitely see it. It's build 3, so it's a large creature.
Okay. So sand first and then fire.
Yes.
All right. 42. I passed my sand.
Just 1 point then.
Okay. Yeah, I probably think it's an animal. Uh I'm uh but I'm going to just start firing.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I'm not a very good shot.
All right.
I got 63 out of 20. So I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
you're
holy
not.
shit. And I just start firing.
Starts bouncing off the sparks
Yeah.
off the wall and everything.
So a lot of
Frank.
noise.
Yeah. Frank.
Um,
Oh, yes.
Frank would like to make a sanity roll,
Okay.
given all this noise and
Hmm.
gunshots that's been going on. He's getting a little
Echoing.
bit, yeah, he's
Yeah.
getting kind of really scared.
Okay.
So that is a 98.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oof. We'll just say with getting scared, it's just 1 point,
Okay.
and everything. But you can also give me a listen roll with a penalty because there are a lot of shots, going off and
Gotta
yelling.
hurt our ears.
Oh, wow, I rolled the exact same thing, which was a failure.
All right. Okay. Um, you feel something push you in the back, really
Oh,
hard, and you are falling down the hole.
oh, geez. Um, can I can I try to like stop myself at some point? Like try to reach out and grab the rope?
That
Yeah, give me a combined strength and dex roll.
Okay. Okay. I rolled a 38.
Okay, and that passes both of them, I'm assuming.
But it does. Yeah.
You would had to have really bad rolls not to. Okay, so yeah, you grab you're able to grab the rope with the dex. The strength is enough to kind of like hang on and get your feet planted so you don't land, but you do get a little, unless you were wearing gloves, you get that nasty rope burn on the inside of
Yeah.
your palms and and everything. And Reg, had you made it down all the way?
Oh, I wasn't going down. I was like, I'm standing up at the top, just aiming
Okay, yeah.
down
Yeah,
with my gun. So he
when
just
when you see
passed me.
Frank go, yeah, you see these hands of another one of those creatures, but it's the first time you've seen it, has what pushed him, and it kind of looks over because it's essentially kind of standing right next to you.
Time
the
for a
big
sanity roll
creatures.
is what I'm hearing,
Yep, there's two of the
and
big creatures. Yeah.
that is a 9.
Okay, only one.
Okay. Ah, well then, that's okay. One sanity off, and yeah. I guess it's my turn.
Yep.
I stomp a foot down on the rope to try to stop it from sliding it or anymore, so that Frank can hopefully try to climb his way back up. And I'm just gonna whirl around with the Lee Enfield, and take a shot at the closest one if it's as long as it's not like you know inside the barrel range.
Yeah. So just to make sure that we're not confused, there's only one up here and there's one
Okay.
down below.
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
So
the one up here is Yeah, that's my immediate threat.
Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah.
They outnumber the one down there 3-1 now.
Yeah.
My lads got it. It's fine. I'm
Yeah.
gonna clear the exit.
All right.
Okay. Um. Since it is so close, do I get the like point blank bonus?
And you purposely said you were kind of keeping it out of barrel range so it couldn't just grab the barrel, right?
I mean, well, that was just kind of a question of like, if it's super up on me, I've got the bayonet on it. I can try to stick it instead. But
It is pretty much super up on you.
okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. In that case, then, yeah. If 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 I think I can get the shot off, I'm taking the shot, and then
okay.
let's see.
Yeah. What I'm going to rule is that he's going to get a fighting brawl to try and grab it. If he misses, you can get the barrel round. If not, then
Okay.
he's kind of grabbed the end of the barrel.
Sounds good to me.
He did grab the end of the rifle.
Okay.
I got a 14. So
Business end.
Okay. Yeah. If that's the end of my turn, otherwise I just give him a swift boot kick, but I don't know if I'm able to do that.
yeah, you can still give it a good boot kick, but yeah, you're not.
13 out of my 55 brawl is 2 points shy of an extreme. So just a
Okay.
hard success to give him a swift kick.
I failed, so you definitely hit him, and a kick is 1d3 plus damage bonus.
Okay. D3 plus D4.
That's pretty good.
2 and 4. So 4, 5, 6, 6 damage.
All right. You kind of like kick him in the leg, the knee kind of buckles a bit, and he kind of with his knee kind of dropping, he's actually kind of getting down to your height, but he's still massive. All right. We'll just he's up there with you now, and he's going to attack you.
Huns behind us.
Huns everywhere. Yeah, you gonna fight back or dodge?
Am I able to try to fight back with the like rifle and and bayonet?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to fight back. I almost never do. I'm gonna try it this time. And an 82 is not good enough.
All right. No, I got a regular. And how many hit points do you have?
I have 11 as well.
Okay. I did 10 also. It was 3d6 for 10. So he hits you, right in the face, and you can give me a Constitution roll.
Okay. 64 out of 45. That is a fail.
All right. You pass. The world goes black for you as you kind of pass out from the wound of bitten. Your face punch smacked in.
Okay.
All right. All right. Down there, Professor Pete, it is going to come after you now.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. How do we I was engaged in firing at it and missing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it backing away at all as I'm firing at it?
No.
What I'm going to try to do is scoop up Norton, at least, around his shoulders, and hopefully he can get at least on a couple of his feet, and we're going to try to drag our way back, and I'm just going to keep firing at the thing.
Okay. Yeah. If you can dodge his attack, then you'll be able to do that.
Okay.
So he's going to swing at you.
Dodging. Oh, I got 38 out of 47. So that's a regular dodge.
The world goes black.
Oh no, what
Yeah.
happened? You
I
got
hit
me?
you. Yeah, yeah. I hit you, and he does 3d6. The first two dice were 12 points, and so I'm going to rule that he didn't kill
I
you.
only
He
had 9, so
Yeah,
he
I'm going to say he knocked you. He knocked you out. They're not trying to kill you. They're
okay.
so. But yeah, I was like going. I'm not going to roll the third
All right.
one with that.
At least I died trying to save my friend,
All right,
the
uh,
civil engineer.
Frank. You
Hey,
see
Civil.
You kind of get control of yourself in time to see Reg get kind of like shoved down the hole, and he comes sliding down behind you.
Oh, geez. Um, I I look up at where he came from.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see what?
Yeah, you see another one of those creatures leaning over the hole, looking down at you, and it's got a smile on its face for laugh to give it a somewhat of a human term. But yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah, so I guess my best bet is to not go that direction,
mm-hmm.
and try to meet up with the others. Like I don't know what happened to Norton and
Yeah.
Pete, but I'm gonna see if I can find them.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you're down there, if you have a light source, you see Pete laying on the ground. You see Norton's, bleeding profusely everywhere with kind of leaning up against the wall, and you see this creature there, and you can give me a sanity roll. Kitty, no.
My dice hate me.
Okay.
I rolled a 99.
Oh, okay. That's 8 points. Okay.
Yep.
Give me an intelligence roll.
Okay. That is a 4.
All right. So not to belabor it, we'll say you pass out. So the four of you like kind of pass out because Norton, you've got one hit point. It's not hard for him to just kind of two of these things to take you out.
Yeah, I'm bleeding.
So, okay, yeah. All right. So all of you give me a Constitution roll, and whoever gets the best success will wake up first.
Okay. Oh,
25.
Okay.
I got an 11 out of 50. So that's can we spend luck on it? Or no?
It's not worth it.
I got an extreme
So I got a hard
006.
I got a hard success. No.
All right. Okay. And Reg, how'd you do?
82 out of 45.
Okay. All right. So we'll say Pete wakes up first. So Pete, you kind of wake up. You're hanging upside down, strung up by your feet. You look around, you see Frank, Reg, and Norton all strung up on their feet, and in front of you is this thing here. So this massive cobra statue, right? You can see in the drawing here, the little investigator, so you can see how massive that it actually is.
But I look around. Is there light down here that we're?
There is. There's like a fungus kind of that is on the walls behind it that a very, very faint glow.
Frank, Norton, Rich. Am I hung by ropes tied around my ankles? Is that it?
Yeah.
How about my hands? Are they just hanging loose?
Yep, just hanging kind of loose. I like.
I'm
Luke
gonna try to do this so that I start to swing.
Okay.
And I'm trying to bump into whoever's next to me.
Okay. Give me a luck roll.
002.
Okay, yeah, You're going to bump into it either way. This is whether or not you get yourself in this horrible spin where but no, you kind of bump into, and we'll say Norton had the next best con roll, so you kind of bump into him. He kind of
Oh,
he wakes up. You're
Norton, and your jaw falls off.
yeah, I know.
oh, oh. Oh, Keeper, has enough time gone by that I'd be out of my amnesia? We've been
Yes. Oh
unconscious.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys
Oh,
were out. If you have
what
a
happened?
watch, you've been asleep for
Oh my
hours.
God. What we've been out for hours. What we were attacked by those things. What everybody's here? Are we all here?
Yeah, I think we're all hung up here. I don't know if they're alive or dead. I
Oh,
can't tell. We're all dripping blood.
I don't I feel very weak. I don't know.
Yeah, you're pretty
They
messed
didn't
up.
kill us. That this is intelligence. They've hung us up.
Look over there. See that thing? That giant statue of the snake?
Oh my God. It's those serpent people, remember on
We're
the
in,
wall? Is this their God?
we're in some kind of temple. Yeah. I
Oh
hope we're not the
God.
sacrifices.
Oh
Uh,
God.
I'm gonna now try to swing to where I can get somebody else, but you'll
Okay.
have to swing yourself, Norton, to
All right. All right. Both of you give me luck
Hmm.
rolls. I mean, you're going to bump in and waking up. Again, this is whether or not
Okay.
huh. I got 83, so now I'm
okay.
starting to
You're starting to kind of spin around in the world.
Okay.
guys, wake up.
I
Try
just
to
got
reach
my
out
luck
and
on that. I got my
Yeah.
luck of 9. I just hit
Okay.
it.
All right. So, yeah.
No, my luck is, oh no, 32 is my luck. I messed that up.
Yeah.
No, I picked the wrong thing. So 9 is actually a success then.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Frank and Reg, you kind of get bumped and you kind of start coming to your senses. You've been hanging upside down, so you know how you get that blood rush headache. And
Yeah. Mm. Oh,
Ah,
are you guys with us?
my eyes have clotted together. Ah,
Uh,
oh, that hurts.
Mm.
what what happened?
Oh, my face, my mouth. Mm.
Oh, shite. Um, they got us, didn't they?
Good, but they
what were
didn't
those things?
kill us. They strung us up like something intelligent would do with rope.
Are our arms tied?
no,
Okay. Do I still have my pack?
how was it attached to
Just
you?
like a backpack, like a rucksack.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We'll say you do. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um,
But our weapons are probably gone, right?
Yeah. Unless they were like in something where they wouldn't fall off of you when you're hanging upside down, they're not on you
How
anymore.
far up of the ground are we? Like how far down does it approximately appear?
Um, from your head to the ground's about 10 feet.
shite. Well, uh,
Pocket knife, try to cut ourselves down. I think
yeah,
I might
then
have
that's it.
one.
That yeah, two questions then. If my knife, I never did take out my knife, so it's probably was strapped to my side.
Yep.
Um, uh, I've got a 65 strength, so can I try to double myself up and then
What is
grab my legs and cut the
what's your size?
oh, my size is 45. I'm little.
Then yeah, your strength yeah, you're
Just
kind
like
of
in gym class.
Hmm.
So
I knew that would pay off
to
one day.
I will try to cut the rope. And then with any luck, I can swing my legs as I fall and land so I don't land right on my ass. Are there
okay.
rocks below, or is it sandy, or is it
It's sandy.
okay?
Yeah.
So that's what my move is going to be.
Okay. All right. So you get up there, you start cutting at the rope. Especially with that knife, it cuts it without any problem.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna get mostly through, and when I think that I'm getting ready to drop, then I'm gonna try to swing my feet so that I don't.
okay. All right.
Yeah, strength 70, size 65, trying to do
Oh,
the same thing.
oh yeah. Yep. You can't without a roll. If your size is larger, then you're going to need to make a strength roll to get yourself kind of pulled up there.
I did pass my dex roll
Okay.
to
All right.
land.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to land on my pack.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do the same thing. I'm a small size, so I'm gonna try to
All
cut
right.
myself.
If they're 10 feet up, I will try. I can't catch them, but
Mhm.
I'll at least try to moderate their fall
Yep.
so that they don't hit their heads
Yeah.
clumsily. But
Okay. We'll say you guys can. I mean, like enough cutting and stuff, and someone there to kind of moderate it. You guys are already beat up pretty bad, so you'll be fall maybe a little sore knee or something. But
yeah,
mhm.
the camera's gone. God damn it.
Yeah,
Mm.
your camera
Maybe we'll
is gone.
find it somewhere along the. Maybe
Uh,
find
I
it
want
back in the passage.
I want to try as well with my knife. My strength is 55, but my size is 60. So I'm not sure.
Okay, give me a strength roll.
Strength roll.
Who's? I'm the littlest. Who's next?
I'm the same size as you are, actually.
Okay, so
I
we'll
just
both
made
work
it.
together to try to catch
Okay.
Norton
Right
as he
on it. Just
falls.
Yeah.
regular success.
All right, you're able to kind of maybe right when
Oh,
you don't think you're gonna be able to lean up there, you are able to
yeah.
get yourself cut loose and
Norton, this is Norton. It's life or death, Norton. We got to do this,
I
Norton.
only
yeah,
have.
dig deep, Norton.
Got to find our
Let's
way
try
out
to
of
get
this
through
fucking
with this
place.
knife. It takes a second, I think, and
Yeah.
Here, use my knife.
and there goes the last hit point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of which, as they're prepping him, I'm getting the pack out and pulling out some first aid material.
Excellent.
Oh, I think I land and I can't get up just yet. I'm just that was exhausting.
Yeah. All right, Reg, give me some first aid rolls there.
Okay.
I'll also rip part of my shirt so that Norton can kind of hold his face
Yeah.
together.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Professor.
Oh my God. 93.
Mm.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay, who are you tending to?
Well, basically, I'm gonna say, are there any of you who aren't squeamish by blood?
Not anymore.
Well, I need you to hold this signal mirror up, and then I'm gonna look into the mirror and just try to stitch my face closed.
Okay, if you fail on your push, you're going to break the needle off in your
Okay.
face.
22. Yeah,
Okay.
baby. That's why we risk it.
Right.
Oh, shite, that hurts. Oh, I've never done it to myself before. God damn. There was this kid, right? Got his arm blown totally off. Had the shrapnel of his bone right through his cheeks. I had to sew it shut. It was uh, it wasn't even a prop. It was just a sewing kit. Anyways, oh God. Oh,
Reg, I may need your
okay.
services.
I'll work on Norton.
Okay. And one hit point back there, Reg.
I got a 10, so that's first aid.
Base 30, I think.
That's actually a hard. So
All right.
I'm stopping the bleeding, and I've got.
Yeah. And I'm packing it. One hit point back to you, Norton.
You're not going to look very pretty.
Get one back.
Yep, one back. Yeah.
I'm still major wound now, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, very hard to get rid of those.
And then I don't know what the extent of my damage was. I mean, you said I basically took more damage than I had.
Yeah, I mean you've got a major wound, and we'll say
Like just
that.
broken arm, maybe.
Um, no, let's go with you got your ear is your right ear is gone. It's been
Oh,
ripped off.
So can you, if you do first aid on someone, can you do it again on yourself or?
Yeah, a
All
person
right.
can only receive first aid once a day.
Okay.
Once
I'll
a
also try to
patient.
wrap my head with
Yeah.
my shirt. Oh, I got a 15. That's pretty good again.
There you go.
Hmm.
All right.
Frank, how you doing, lad?
Uh, well, I'm okay. I felt better.
Tough old codger.
We got to
And,
figure out how to get the fuck out of here.
yes, I would very much like to. I would very much like to be home.
we're gonna have one hell of a tale at the next meeting of Providence Historical Society.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Frankie boy, uh, do you have cobras here in the States?
No, they're not native to this country. No, some people have them as pets. Yes, but
Hmm.
and I kind of look up at this big ass one. I'm just like, I don't believe they grow that big. I don't believe.
Okay.
Uh, how lifelike does that statue look?
Um,
On a
it is
scale
a
of like crude
yeah.
carving to
It is
taxidermy.
it is not taxidermy quality, but it's like equivalent of like Michelangelo's David. It's like obviously like an extremely skilled craftsman, and it's you know looks like it's made out of gold, and the eyes are gems.
This is some sort of temple.
Hmm.
Looking around, are there any other bodies hanging from the ceiling? New or old?
Uh,
Um,
Josh.
any
you do,
Joshes around?
yeah. Any Joshes around? There are other ropes up there. As you kind of look around, you didn't really notice it up at the top, but there is like a in front of it. There's altars. I guess the best word for it. It's kind of like this table, and sitting on it is Josh's head.
Oh, oh, Josh, looks like you found your treasure.
And that'll
But,
be a sanity roll for all of you.
oh, I knew.
Uh, Reg is actually inured to the
Oh,
horrors
that's right.
of
Right.
man's inhumanity to man from his time in the
Yeah.
war. Uh,
Sounds.
it,
Yep. That's right. You were.
I got a
I
12,
failed.
so that's a yeah, I passed. 12.
So
Pass
one
to.
1d4 if you failed.
Oh,
One if you passed. Unless you have seen
I only
horrible.
lost one, so I don't scream. But
Yeah.
I'm pale.
back into the pack again. Reach out, pull out like a burlap sack.
Okay.
Uh, sorry I failed you, friend, but well, we'll get you home. And I'm gonna put his head in the sack, tie it off, and into the pack.
Reg, how are you
yeah.
going to explain that you have his head in the bag if we make it out? They'll think that we killed him.
No one's gonna believe this story.
Uh, your camera. I start looking around.
It's
Is there
I don't know.
any of our stuff around?
Give it. So Pete, if you're looking for your camera or someone's looking for your camera, give me a luck roll.
Hmm.
24.
43
That
out of
passed.
65.
Yeah.
Base success for me too.
Yep. Yep.
So we find it,
Yep,
and
that you
it's not
do.
smashed, and the back isn't open, and the film exposed.
Oh yeah.
Film's still in
No,
there.
not with two successful luck rolls, we'll say. Yeah.
Okay.
I win.
So if I
don't
find it,
win this.
I'll
Okay.
take it.
Take it as evidence in case. But Reg, my mind's still a little foggy. You wired this place with dynamite, didn't you?
We'd have to get back up there to set it off. Yeah.
We
We
need to
don't-
blow this. This is not. We're never going to be able to explain this. We can't bring people down here. It's dangerous.
We can bring down an army and wipe these things out and take that giant statue of gold for our own. Look at the size of those jewels.
Yeah, I've been kind of eyeing the jewels because I'm imagining because that statue is so big that those jewels are huge in the eyes.
They are. Oh.
I'm picturing having a Dungeon Master's Guide first edition.
Are you hallucinating? You're thinking about inventing some sort of game?
No,
No, we got to take this all for our own. Look at the price that we've paid already, Josh.
I know what to climb up there.
Well, not now. We can always come back.
When we come back, yes, but we keep coming back without it telling anyone. I think we're at the point where we do have to get at
We have
least
to get the
Providence PD involved. It could be a cult or something down here. I'm still not convinced we haven't been attacked by normal animals. They just seem bizarre because there's something. This thing is leaking gas or something. I don't even know what's real or fake anymore.
I didn't get a great look.
Mhm.
Some sort of
It was hideous. It wasn't
monster.
a bear. It was not
It
a
was
bear.
ghastly.
No, I don't know what it was,
I mean, it was,
but
Reg,
I've never seen
just gonna
anything.
like
mm,
wet his finger and kind of hold it up.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel like a airflow in one direction or another?
So this will be me asking, what would airflow in a cave indicate? Because I don't want to give you an answer without.
It depends
I
on
would-
the cave. If the
Yeah.
cave is huge, then the cooling and heating of the air causes the cave to breathe. If it's small,
Yeah.
then it won't have.
Oh,
any.
then
Yeah.
with that knowledge, yes, you do feel airflow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then it's also like a question of, like if there's like a large underwater river that has a whole huge effect on things, and then if
Yeah.
it's, if there's, place for air to go from, inside the cave to one other
Yeah.
air to another area and things like that. It's, basically just trying to get a sense of if I can maybe suss out any kind of underground situation. Like if I think this is just a huge cave, or is this a maybe that air is being channeled through here, like from deeper within.
Gotcha.
Also,
Yeah.
if it's a big cave, it's about 54 degrees in here,
Yeah,
which is pretty cold.
yeah. It is actually warm.
That's odd.
Yes,
Unless
it
there's
is.
a geothermal vent or something that's
Mhm.
warming it up.
Yeah, it is. It actually does give me a temperature for.
I think the airflow also will go in one way during the daytime and then the other way at night,
Mhm.
back and
Yeah.
forth.
At this, in this part of the cavern, it is in the upper 80s.
Oh,
Whoa.
then we're either really deep, much deeper, or there's vents, geothermal vents, or hot pools, hot springs.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to listen for the sound of like springs, running water,
Is it
anything like that.
moist? Is the air damp?
Yes.
And see, we can open a business with people bathing in the hot springs once we've cleared out the indigenous monsters.
They don't bathe in their own blood.
47 out of 55 if I'm able to make a listen check to kind of like try to suss out the direction of any water.
Um, so you're down here. So what you can hear sounds. It's not like a flowing stream, but more of like a bubbling. Like
Mhm.
if you've ever, I'm sure you have been to like a hot spring, how it kind of just constantly is bubbling up and all, not actually flowing out. I'm thinking of like in Yellowstone.
Okay. Uh, um, Considering I was going into combat, I imagine I had my helmet strapped on. Did the creatures knock it off of me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh,
We don't have much light, just the fungus.
Mhm.
If I had my flashlight in like my jacket or something because I was using Reg's helmet, would I still have that? Maybe.
Give me a luck roll.
Ah, there's 42 and my luck is 34, so that's a fail.
No, you do not.
so I'm down to my lighter at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, uh, well, if we want to do a little bit of radical deconstruction on our friend from the Raj here, and I pat uh the giant cobra and then hold up a stick of dynamite.
Okay.
Uh,
Give me a power roll when you touch that.
It's
Ooh.
cold. Why would you destroy it?
uh, 29 out of 75.
Okay.
Destroying the art doesn't help anything.
All right. You get a
If the,
little bit of like tunnel vision for a moment when you hit it, and then
Hmm.
comes back. Could it be just blood loss or
Mm.
something? But
Oh, shite. Almost passed out there. Maybe you're right. I was just thinking, if let's go with uh Deputy Edwards' assumption that it's these creatures maybe are smart, right? Well, if they are, then if we damage the thing that they obviously care about enough to put us in front of it, that might distract them enough to get us a chance to get out of here. Then again, might also put them on high alert where they're not now. So, ups and downs, pluses and minuses.
It might kill us slowly and painfully for damaging their.
Oh no, 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 no. I've got enough sticks that they're not gonna kill me slowly.
Can we see any form to the cavern? Is there a tunnel leading out? Are there
there
multiple tunnels?
there is a tunnel leading out, and where it goes out, you can see that because there's fungal growth on the tunnel walls also, that it actually splits, it forks.
More.
Does any of it go up? And
No.
Shite.
Well, we don't know where we are exactly because this is where we're taken. We don't know how deep we are into this thing.
So
We do have to power tunnel out of here at some
well,
point.
maybe if we could determine where the airflow is moving more in which tunnel, then we might be able to at least find our way.
I'm
Of
thinking
course, I
so.
think we're going to encounter more of those things along the way.
Here.
I've got a knife, but they blindsided me. I didn't even see it coming.
I've got a knife too. One almost killed me. Um, I'm thinking we get low, stay quiet, move in a line, try to find our way out. And if we can't, then If they find us, Reg holds up the dynamite and the lighter. I take him with me.
Light it and offer it to them as a gift. Maybe they'll.
They don't seem like the gift-taking type, unless it's one of them little ones. Then maybe. Just hope they don't try to throw it back at you like they threw that femur.
Okay. All right, which way you want to go? Left or right? The airflow is you can definitely tell it's wetter and warmer to the left.
Can I try to use my navigate skill for this?
Sure.
41 out of 65. Base success.
Okay. You know, it's a little hard, because you don't have, anything to really kind of, hey, is this east or west or anything, unless you maybe, but, it makes sense that the left is closer to, the river, because why is it wetter that way? And
Why would
I
it be
say we
wetter?
move away from the wet warm.
Well, wouldn't the wet warm be the outside? Or would it? I mean, the river, the outside.
Well, I think we'd end up going towards whatever hot springs are down here, which might be where they all
hot
live.
springs. Airflow's going that way.
Where we were was the colder, drier. I heard a
Well-
cat.
Here's a thought. If they are snakes or snake-like, we should move toward the cold because they would be less likely to be there.
Didn't look like a snake to me. It looked like a
I don't know. I'm grasping
Raggedy
at straws.
Lizard or
monster.
a snake, it would, they're all cold-blooded, right? That they're always
Yeah.
trying to sun themselves. They go on a rock, so they might go towards the springs, like to stay warm. And
that was more like a man or a man thing, a big
that
man
thing was
thing.
not of this earth. It was from hell. Warm hell. Maybe we shouldn't go towards the warm, right? Could be a gate to hell we're sitting on in Providence.
Well, shall we take a vote? I say towards the cold.
Cold.
Of course, if we're going towards the cold and we keep going down, 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 then we've probably made a mistake. We want to go up, up, up.
We need to get out. We need to get out of here. But wouldn't they have like their spring or where they warm themselves or sun themselves? Wouldn't they, or heat themselves, I should say? Wouldn't that be more they would keep that more towards the internal, protected, because that's, where they they get their heat.
I mean, where did they get their food?
No, I'm afraid.
Maybe there's only a few of them. Maybe they're all hibernating or asleep.
He only
or
found his
something.
head, not the rest of them. Well, they would hibernate in the cold area, wouldn't they? And
Well, I don't know. We don't know what's going on.
they have
I mean,
no
this has
idea.
apparently
I
been
mean, we
here
might
for thousands of years.
have
Why they haven't come to the surface before? Certainly, it's not just because Josh knocked down a brick wall that they're waking up. I'm going this way, and I'm just going to start into the tunnel that's colder.
Okay.
I will go as well.
Yep.
Follow.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
All right. It goes on for a little bit of a way, and then you see up ahead a light. It's obviously flames.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Scooching against the wall, moving very quietly and slowly.
stealthy movement.
Okay. All right. As you come around, you come to this area. It's a room, but there's shelves with books on it. There's a large gong, and on the other side of the wall, there's a furs and rags piled up, and in the corner there's a pool of water, like a spring.
The hot spring? Huh. What is this?
World.
To the library.
I'm gonna scooch over towards the library and see what kind of books. Are they
Okay.
modern books? Are they ancient books? Are they?
Uh, you don't recognize. It's not a language that you recognize, and the books, they look like they were probably bound by hand.
Like in the 1400s or 1500s, something like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Before a printing press or anything.
I, I would bet that there's a staircase leading up into somebody's house or one of the buildings in the city.
Hmm.
This is obviously for people. A person's been down here. Books.
There's definitely something sentient, not an animal.
I don't think those things bind books. Is there, if I, you said there's no language that I recognize in that.
No.
But is it structured like a book? Is there like a title page or
Yes. Yeah.
is there numbers, a date?
Um, Sure, we'll say yeah.
Oh, wait.
There is. I mean, it's not written in Arabic numbers that you would recognize, but
Right.
you can kind of see like on the down at the bottom of the pages what would obviously you could deduce is probably a page number.
Okay. Could I use like an archaeology? I'm not sure that applies, an archaeology roll to see if I can date the kind of binding or the
Sure.
if these
Yeah.
are actually. What does 98 get me?
You
Darn, I
actually
skipped the class on books.
you actually rip the binding while you're like
A paper
Yeah.
cut for your last hit point.
yeah. Yeah. All right.
They're old.
What's everyone else doing while Pete's looking at these old books?
I'm gonna check out the spring water to see if it's fresh.
It is
And is it cold water or is it hot water?
tepid.
Tepid. So fresh and clean. I'm gonna use some of it to just kind of wipe some of the blood off of myself then.
Okay.
Probably
Do the
dump.
books look handled? Or are they all like pretty well covered in dust?
No, they're not covered in dust.
Okay.
Other than there was a gong that was in here, was there anything else that you mentioned?
There are furs and rugs of kind of you got the bookshelves, let's say on your right, on your left, across the room there's furs and rugs piled up. It looks like they're piled over like I don't know why I said rugs. Like blankets, furs and blankets, like you know how if you went into an abandoned house, how there's like they've got the sheets over furniture and stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like that, like it's over a table, over tables and all.
Yeah, I'll go over to that.
Okay.
And kind of look through that, the rugs and furs.
Okay. Yep. As I said, it is a table, and underneath it you find these odd things of metal. Looks like some of them are twisted around each other. One of them actually kind of looks like a gun, but it
Okay.
doesn't have like any place to put bullets into it.
If it's small, I'll go ahead and take it.
Okay. All right.
I-
But yep.
Oh, I was gonna take a look at the bookcases, see if any of them are sort of like maybe a false door. Maybe there is a stairways up somewhere.
Hmm.
Hidden, like a hidden door on the
Okay.
bookcases.
Okay.
Well, the
Uh, no, because they're not. So you can look
okay,
and look, and there's
nothing. They're just bookcases.
right.
Okay.
And
Mine.
about that time, the wall. So you got on the right the shelves with the books, on the left the tables with the weird metal things, and on the wall that would be across from the entrance, it starts kind of spin a blue spinning light
Hmm.
and all, and it's essentially a gate opening up for metagame there. So
Hmm.
a gate opens up, and out steps a serpent person. You
Oh,
guys can give me a sanity
oh,
roll for that.
God. Hmm.
Ooh, 11.
That is a fail.
I
30 out
almost
of a
don't want to pass,
64.
but I passed.
All right. 0 if you pass, 1d6 if you failed.
All right.
Holy
Four.
fuck!
That was four.
Okay.
Oh, oh wow.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. It stops when it sees you, and then it starts you imagine it's trying to speak to you, but it's just in a language you don't understand. You know, lots of S's and
Yeah. I'm gonna do the universal hello.
kind of turns its head when you say that, and then it reaches into its robe. It pulls out a gun similar to what Frank has, and it shoots you.
Oh, oh God. Goodbye.
um, it hits, and this like green light comes out, and it hits you square in the chest,
Mhm.
and you guys see a hole probably about this big in Norton's
Oh,
chest as he just collapses because his lungs and hearts were essentially disintegrated.
Oh, we can't fix
oh.
that.
All right, so we'll go to Norton was the fastest. So Frank, you are up.
So I've got this thing I picked
That's
up.
right.
I'm gonna point it in the direction of this serpent man and like just randomly try to like push buttons or whatever to see if I can get
Okay.
it to work.
Yeah. Weird technology. Okay. Yeah. Give me a
Mhm.
well, if you're just pushing randomly, we'll just say that's a luck. And even though there's not technically a hard, we'll say you would need what would be a hard luck to
Okay. Yeah, a 91's not gonna do that.
How
Mm.
big is this room, by the way, just so kind of a rough idea?
This room is 30 by 50 feet.
Okay.
So,
Okay. 30 by 50? Okay.
yeah. All right. Pete, you are up.
Mm.
When I see him kill Norton, I'm just going to run screaming at him with my knife, going to plow it into him.
All right. Give me an attack.
That's a brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Avenge me.
Yeah.
I got a 19 out of 65.
I got a hard.
Okay, then I will spend.
You just need a hard to hit because he's fighting
Okay,
back.
I got a
You're
hard
the
to hit.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Roll your damage.
Oh, let's see. 5 damage.
Okay. Yep. He hisses out in pain.
Can we? Well, I guess we don't really have directed rolls, but let's just say I was trying to aim for the hand. He's got
Mhm.
hands that was holding the gun.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we'll say you could do that. You got a hard, so we can say you could call your shot or whatever
right.
that would be called there. All right, Reg.
Uh, I'm gonna toss my lighter and stick of dynamite to Frank's feet and say, if either of us go down, you do it. And grab the pickaxe out from the back of my pack and just come charging at this thing.
All right, I love it. Okay, he gets a
We shall
penalty
avenge
dice
you,
because it's
Norton.
the second attack on him. Oh, okay.
Hurrah for the CRE!
Yeah, I failed.
Ooh, 26 out of, is that close? Is that enough for not quite. My actually, yeah, my brawl is 55, so it was just barely enough to get a hard.
Okay, I failed, so you hit.
Uh, okay, what my just to double check, my strength bonus is D4.
Yep.
Okay.
Hurrah!
I'm guessing D8 for a pickaxe, like the same
Sure.
as a baseball bat.
Yeah. We'll go D8 plus 1 because it can actually puncture.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, in that case, that's a 9 plus 1 for my strength bonus, 10.
10. Ow. Yeah, he kind of stumbles back and he did not like that. He is going to he holds up his hand that Pete did not slash. He says something strange and kind of works his fingers, and Pete, give me a power roll.
I'm doing really good tonight. 008. That is an extreme.
Damn, I got a hard. So like is you were able to resist his spell. And then as soon as he sees that fails, he turns back to the gate, and you see he's going to step through that. Okay, Frank, you were up.
You know what to do. The gate's still up.
Yep, it's still open.
Can I pick up the dynamite, light it, and throw it?
Sure.
I'm gonna try that.
Okay. Where are you throwing it to?
The portal.
Okay, all right. Okay. Give me a throw roll.
A little bit better than base. So yeah, no, 77. No.
Want to push it?
Sure.
All right. We all know what's going to happen if you fail.
Yeah, I do. I do. Oh man, it's worse. It's a 94.
All right. So like Pete and Reg, you see this thing turn around to step through the gate, and you're like going, let's get it. And right about then you see this stick of dynamite hit the wall right above the gate, land at your feet, and you're able to look down right when the fuse goes into the stick and just
Ooh.
That works. I was going to jump on the thing's back and jam my knife into it, which meant that I might have gone through the portal, but
yeah.
ba-boom.
And with the push, I'll just make it. We'll just not be late. So the explosion's bad enough that things collapse, and Frank, you're kind of trapped in here as the cavern kind of collapses around you, and you can comfort yourself in that you're pretty sure that the serpent person blew up with it. But yeah, you will perish down here also. That was awesome.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
we put up a fight, even
You
if we
did.
all
You did.
lost.
It was the end of the game. I had
It
to
was
do
it
something.
was awesome.
I will never try friendship with an unknown NPC ever again in my life.
And then
Yeah.
the 10,000 other lizard people will now invade Providence, Rhode Island, and
Yeah.
take
If
over
you'd
the
went
Biltmore.
if you'd went the other way, that was where all the other hibernating serpent people were in these hanging egg sacs or
Ah,
like was it a cocoon? It
yeah.
was a chrysalis or something that like
Hmm.
caterpillar. So yeah, that was there. So yeah. Yeah, so essentially the serpent person Cericilis is how its name is in the book. It woke up about, you know, 100 years ago and realized that the Earth was still too cold. It wasn't as warm as it was when it ruled before. So it kind of got set up down here. Now, happily, the slavers were using the tunnels that the serpent people had dug out with their little gun. That's why it was perfectly smooth, that tunnel
Ah,
in there. And so they grabbed some of the slaves, and the slavers, the ones that resisted, were the ones that died, and they brought them down there, and they were breeding. They were forcing them breed them with the gas being like their overseers so that they would continue it on and have food to eat, because they would eat the babies of the things that were essentially being, they kept degenerating down because they were inbreeding so bad, the humans that they had captured and were
Oh, okay.
treating like cattle.
so I was right. They were ghasts.
Yeah. Yeah, when you said,
I said they were ghastly.
I know, I chuckled when you said that. Yeah.
That was really creepy. We didn't really stand much of a chance, did we?
No, it's almost like a TP. Okay. I think I got the impression when I first read it, I was like, this is one to kind of get bridge D&D players to call Cthulhu, because it's like, oh, let's go down in the dungeon. Then it's like going, oh, but you're not playing D&D. Guess what? You die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's
it's
a Call of Cthulhu one shot. You got to push the dynamite roll. Like you
That's
got nothing
right.
to lose.
If
That's
you got
right.
dynamite, you got to use it in the thing. You got to use it somewhere.
Well, as I recall in the earlier editions of Call of Cthulhu RPG, is they did list dynamite as one of the tools of archaeologists. Which, really?
It's right.
Early archaeologists were pretty bad. Like they did
Yeah.
some horrible things, very destructive things. Where like the ones that followed in the decades after were just like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that to this site. They
What the
I mean, I know an archaeologist, and he says they don't even dig stuff up anymore. That's
Yeah.
You leave it where it was.
Yeah, context is king.
Yeah.
All right, folks. That was really great. Keith,
Thank
thank
you.
you very
Yeah.
much. Our players included Julian Arba, Luke Strom, Joe Bardalis, and myself, with Keith Craig as the keeper of arcane lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you would like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.